Master Nnaji gathered them both in the shop that afternoon. The usual bustle of the market seemed to fade as they stood before him, their futures hanging in the balance. "You both have served me well for 5 years," Master Nnaji began, his voice calm but firm. "You have learned the trade, worked hard, and earned your place in this market. But now, it is time for me to settle you, as I promised." Chike's heart raced with excitement. He could already picture himself standing at the head of his own shop, his wealth growing with each passing day. But as Master Nnaji spoke, something in his tone made Chike uneasy. "Chike," Master Nnaji said, turning to him first, "you are older, and I had high hopes for you when you first arrived. I expected you to lead with integrity, to be a good example for the younger ones who would come after you. But I have watched you closely over the years, and I am disappointed." Chike's excitement quickly turned to dread. He opened his mouth to protest, but Master Nnaji held up a hand to silence him. "Your dishonesty has cost you. I know about the money you have been hiding, the deals you made behind my back, and because of that, I cannot reward you as I had planned." Chike felt as though the ground had been pulled out from under him. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. "But Master, he started. But Master Nnaji cut him off again. "I have already made my decision," he said firmly. "Your settlement will reflect the choices you have made." He then turned to Obinna, who stood quietly, not daring to look at Chike. "Obinna," Master Nnaji continued, "you have been honest, hardworking, and loyal. You have earned my trust, and because of that, you will receive the larger settlement." Obinna's eyes widened in shock. He hadn't expected this. He had always assumed that Chike, being older, would receive more, but Master Nnaji wasn't done yet. "To both of you," he said, addressing them both now, "I hope you will take what you have learned here and build successful businesses of your own. But remember this, success is not just about money or power. It is about character. If you want to succeed in life, you must be honest, hardworking, and fair." With that, Master Nnaji handed Obinna a large sum of money, enough goods to start his own shop, and several important contacts in the market. Chike, on the other hand, received much less than he had hoped for. His share was small, a reflection of the dishonesty that had marked his time under Master Nnaji. As they left the shop that day, Chike could barely look at Obinna. His heart was filled with bitterness and anger. He had been the senior apprentice, the one who should have received the most. But now, Obinna was the one walking away with the larger share, and it didn't sit well with him at all. For days, Chike stood in his anger. He couldn't let go of the idea that he had been wronged. He began to see Obinna not as a friend, but as the cause of his downfall. It wasn't fair, he thought. He had been the one who had led them, the one who had taken the risks, but Obinna had walked away with everything. As his jealousy grew, so did his desire for revenge. He couldn't stand the thought of Obinna succeeding while he struggled. And so, one night, Chike came up with a plan. If Obinna were no longer around, all of that wealth could be his. The next morning, Chike approached Obinna with a smile on his face, as if nothing had happened. "Obinna," he said, "let's take a walk by the river. It's been a while since we've had a chance to talk, just the two of us." Obinna, still trusting his friend, agreed. They walked in silence for a while, the sound of the rushing water filling the space between them. But as they reached a secluded spot, Chike's smile faded. He turned to face Obinna, his eyes filled with anger. "Obinna," he began, his voice low and threatening, "you don't deserve what you have. It should have been mine. I was the senior. I deserved better." Obinna looked at his friend, confusion written across his face. "Chike, what are you talking about? We both worked hard." Master Nnaji was fair in his judgment. "Fair?" Chike spat, stepping closer. "You don't understand. That should have been mine." Before Obinna could react, Chike lunged at him, his hands reaching for Obinna's throat. A fierce struggle broke out between the two friends. Years of friendship and brotherhood were suddenly replaced with jealousy and betrayal. Chike fought with the strength of his anger, but Obinna, though shocked, defended himself as best as he could. The fight seemed to last forever, each of them grappling for control. At one point, Chike managed to pin Obinna to the ground, his hands tightening around his friend's neck. But in that moment, something inside Chike snapped. He realized what he was about to do, the life he was about to take. He released his grip and stumbled back, breathing heavily. Obinna lay on the ground, gasping for air, his eyes wide with disbelief. He couldn't understand how their friendship had come to this. Slowly, he got to his feet, his body trembling from the fight. "This isn't the way, Chike," Obinna said softly, his voice filled with sadness. "We were brothers once." Chike, his anger spent, collapsed to the ground in tears. The weight of his actions crashed down on him all at once. "I don't know what happened to me," he sobbed. "I was so angry, so jealous. I thought I deserved more, but now, I see I was wrong." Obinna, though hurt and betrayed, couldn't help but feel pity for his friend. He extended his hand to Chike, pulling him to his feet. "We both made mistakes, Chike," he said quietly, "but it's not too late to make things right." From that day on, Chike and Obinna worked together again. But their friendship was never the same. The bond they had once shared had been broken, and though they tried to rebuild it, the scars of betrayal lingered. They each opened their own shops in the market, and while Obinna's business thrived, Chike struggled to find success. He had learned the hard way that dishonesty and greed could never lead to true success. And so, their story became a lesson for others in the market, a cautionary tale about the dangers of jealousy and the importance of integrity. Master Nnaji's words echoed in their minds long after they had left his shop. Success is not just about money or power. It is about character,